Hi guys, so this is Mariama again, and today we're gonna talk about Donald Trump Part 2. We're going to talk about the effect he has psychiatrically and psychologically toward people, and we're going to talk about first the effect that he had towards people, because I think what people are is greatly upset, and I think that's a president that plays with time and the mind. I think he tries to make it seem for a lot of people that they are going to be mentally abused for a long time and forever. And a lot of people, I think, have ended up being some sort of desperate or like lost hope because of this highly upsetting message that he tried to give. And now we're going to talk about the message that he gave, which is pretty dark and pretty evil. It's and malicious. It could make a lot of people lose hope and even not recognize what is wrong to what is right anymore, and who is truly a good person or not, because of we could call the power it has. So basically what he's saying is that he as precise in the last video, that he has like bad antecedents about subjects that are taboo and uncomfortable, that he had some um, some stories with some women that he didn't treat right, indecently. These women are trying to make their testimony and trying to confirm that indeed he is related to these uncomfortable files. And uh, on top of that, he not only let's say he neglected this subject, which is actually a very uncomfortable subject. He neglected the journalists that tried to talk to him and tried to claim their justice, which is very normal. And he sort of ditched them, or like disregarded them, their interview, and was very rude and didn't talk very correctly to them. So that is one thing that is part of his a very bad message that he's trying to give to humanity. The second one is that he he claimed to make some activities as such as um, controlling the nuclear power that Iran has, um, and giving them messages that are not very well written, very well said, very well delivered, and also like threaten them for a war in 24 hours, while a sensitive file is still open about him that he disregarded. So that's something that is very upsetting that he's adding to his charges. Plus, there is Iran. There is the fact that the price of gasoline has increased for Americans. There is the fact that he fired people left and right. Um, People that try to, I think, recognize and take responsibility of the greatly upsetting deeds that he have done. And then on top of that, he said that he was going to celebrate some sort of celebration with some political leaders, like the king of the UK, King Charles. Um, some celebration that just um, and meetings that had nothing to do with the Transparency Act, which is a document that definitely needs to be talked about, and people need to freely talk about him and expose and be transparent about the man he is, instead of disregarding and passing into another subject that has nothing to do with that, and that's sort of mocking or making fool out of people. So yeah, like he had some visits from the king of the UK. He had some visits from leaders from, I think, Sweden, and he made a trip to China. And I think during these trips, he talked about the Iran nuclear power um, deal, and he talked about some kind of reduction of tariffs in alcohol for the UK, and for China, I think they talked about crime, like the criminal inclusion of China and the US in their debate. On top of that, also, I think he's pretty violent as well, because he added to it. He added also watching a UFC fight. I would like to add that is actually pretty violent, of a violent message. So this is important that people have the freedom to talk about his deeds that are actually pretty bad, and pretty bad for the human rights. Just like he has his freedom to talk about people just not having any hope. This is not true. People have hope. People have hope and positivity, and people are not involved in sensitive topics that you brought up, and that you disregarding. So you need to be responsible for your actions. And yes, again, people have their rights, and not all of them are lost. So yeah, this is a positive message that I'm trying to give, and empowering, and a reinforcement that just not all humanity is completely fallen off. Yeah. So thank you, and see you soon. Let me know in the comment what you think about it, and put a like and stuff, and see you soon. Take care of you, and bye bye.